To me, that's already been something that's been done before, like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's like deja vu over again, except we're in the new millennium and not the old generation.
See what you're saying. Okay. All right, then let's move on.
Okay. There are rumors circulating that Triple H turned some heads when he used the term hijack on Raw. A source mentioned to F4WOnline.com that many people throughout the company were surprised because Vince McMahon would never use the term on TV. Also, because the term was all over the internet leading into the Chicago Raw, they say that Vince would never feed the monster like that. The big fear amongst people backstage is that when Vince eventually gives the company to Triple H, that he will let the internet wrestling community get to him. Now, what is your opinion on this, Eddie?
What's the big deal about that? What's the big deal about Triple H letting the internet wrestling community get to him? I mean, it just makes it more real. It makes it seem more legit. I like it. I think it's a thumbs up. I like how Triple H isn't completely ignoring the internet fans. That he's giving them a ground to start from. That he realizes their existence, and he's not going to just say, "Well, they don't matter." They do matter. I mean, the business is starting to change. Where 5 years ago it was all about John Cena, Batista, the big guys, but now it's more about the underdogs, more about Daniel Bryan and guys that can really work in the ring and guys that really work hard. So it's starting to have a very smooth transition here to where it's not about the big Hulk Hogan, John Cena, muscular guys anymore. It's more about the smaller, technical wrestlers, and that's great. I like that. As far as the wrestling community getting to Triple H, come on. Triple H has gone through a lot since he married the boss's daughter. A lot of people had stuff to say about that. He would let the internet wrestling community get to him now. I mean, he went through a lot. I give that a thumbs down. I think he would never let the internet wrestling community get to him. He's not that weak when it comes to people's opinions and criticisms. What do you think?
Triple H and the wrestling community letting him get to him. Paul Levesque letting the wrestling community and the internet getting to him. Please.
Right, yeah.
You see all these famous stars out today and all the magazines talking about, oh, this and this is pregnant. Oh, Kanye West naming that baby is such a dumb name.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
People have heard worse. And I'm pretty sure Triple H has heard worse. And like you said, back then, he married the boss's daughter. Right. Everybody was all over his back.
Right.
I'm talking about everybody. Vince was all over his back.
Everybody.
But as far as Triple H letting the wrestling community get to him, no, that please.
So it's a thumbs down.
It's a thumbs down.
Okay.
Just that's all I have to say.
All right, Alvin?
You really asking me this right now? Thumbs all the way down. Like, come on now.
Okay.
All I know is a little controversy and a little pizzazz. Combine both of them, it never hurt the company. That's what wrestling is all about.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. All right. Moving on.
Now, reports are coming out that the brother versus brother match between Cody Rhodes and Goldust is scrapped as of now for the WrestleMania 30 show. Goldust has gone on Twitter numerous times and has shot down the rumor that he will face his brother at WrestleMania. No word on when or if the match will happen at all. Jawan, what do you think?
Wait. Did you just say Cody Rhodes and I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes and Goldust?
Yeah. Cody Rhodes and Goldust. Brother versus brother.
Hello?
I think you got a phone call.
Yeah, hello? Oh, what's up, Vince? Cody Rhodes versus Goldust? I hate it! Anyway, really? Cody Rhodes versus Goldust? Are you serious? I'm not taking anything away from Cody Rhodes and Goldust, but come on. Cody Rhodes and Goldust, that's about as worse of a match than Bret Hart versus Mr. McMahon at WrestleMania 26.
That was bad.
Yeah,
that was terrible. But I'm not taking anything away from Cody Rhodes and Goldust. Cody Rhodes and Goldust were they were a good tag team. They were. But the fact that you want to put that match on a WrestleMania card, I mean, come on. Cody Rhodes is a bigger star than that.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, he went from starting from Randy Orton, learning from one of the best in the business, Randy Orton, to being a top guy, to being a tag team champion with his brother. So I just think that booking Cody Rhodes versus Goldust, I don't really see what the whole meaning of it to it is. It's just starting another brother versus brother rivalry. It's just like a Bret Hart versus a Owen Hart, or the Undertaker versus Kane, or Hardcore Holly versus his brother that I forgot.
Crash Holly.
Yeah, Crash Holly.
Yeah.
God rest his soul. But anyway, Cody Rhodes, come on, you need more competition. You have world championship status written all over you. I mean, when you had that feud with Damian Sandow because you didn't win the Money in the Bank ladder match, which you should have won, by the way. Damian Sandow, I don't think that he deserved that. Like, he was getting up there.
Yeah.
He was getting up there to a top guy. He had a good match cashing in that Money in the Bank contract with John Cena. And at times, I think that he was actually going to win that world title.
Now he's like nowhere.
Now he's nobody.
Now he's
just like The Miz, just like
Right.
Jack Swagger.
Right.
But that's a whole different other story. So, about this rumor, I'm going to give it a thumbs up because it's not happening.
Unlike Juwan, I give it a thumbs down. It could have had a great build. It could have had a really nice story. And it would have put Cody in a featured spot. I'm now worried. I mean, Goldust, he's not the best wrestler.
And he's slow.
I mean, he's very slow. All I've heard, like, when he had that Randy Orton match, like, what was it, 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah.
Everybody was, like, claiming it was, like, this great match and they had great chemistry. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. But that's just my personal 2 cents. I wanted to see Cody Rhodes versus Goldust because, again, it gives Cody a featured spot on WrestleMania. Now he'll probably just be in some pre-show tag team match, which really does concern me because he's getting a lot of momentum right now, and he's really with the crowd. So, altogether, whether the match would have been good or not, it just would have been nice seeing Cody Rhodes in a featured spot at WrestleMania 30. With that in mind, I give it a thumbs down. Alvin?
I have to give it a thumbs down. That's probably like the lowest somebody could ever go for a highest paying pay-per-view. That's like doing something back at, it's like a WrestleMania 3 type match.
So you mean thumbs up that the rumor is or the match is scrapped?
Yeah,
Okay, thumbs up. All right. That's it?
that's it.
Okay, all right. So, folks, now we have the portion of the show where it's confirmed news, where we talk 100% confirmed news that is going to happen, that definitely is going to take place. Now, everything's subject to change, of course, but this is the current plans right now.
I see something I like. Go ahead.
Yeah. First piece of news that Juwan likes a lot. Alvin, get us started.
As of today, Undertaker is advertised to appear at every upcoming Raw until WrestleMania 30. He's also advertised to appear on SmackDown March 18th in Houston, Texas, which is known as his home state. Now, Eddie?
No really surprise, seeing as how Brock Lesnar is part-time, you need someone there to build the rivalry. I know Undertaker is going to be there this Monday and Brock Lesnar isn't. That Undertaker is simply going to respond to Lesnar. I think they're not going to see each other until WrestleMania or the Go Home Raw show, the Raw before WrestleMania. They won't step in the ring with each other until then for one more final confrontation. I'm loving the Brock Lesnar Undertaker feud thus far, though. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks in, but they have great chemistry, and they've had some great matches back in like 2002, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
And they look like they hate each other, but they don't.
Big
they
time.
have legit heat with one another.
Yeah, they do.
They have legit heat. I mean, and for those who don't know the backstory, indulge me for 1 second here. The rumored backstory on it is that Undertaker was trying to make Brock Lesnar a legit star and having Brock Lesnar go over all the time. Like having Brock Lesnar beat Undertaker at every pay-per-view, at every show, making him look good, building him up as this big top star. That's what the WWE wanted to do, and they got the right guy in Undertaker to make Brock Lesnar a legit monster, a legit star. When it was Brock Lesnar's turn to start doing the jobs for Taker, for Taker to go over and for Taker to win instead of Lesnar, Brock Lesnar didn't want to do it. He said, no, I refuse to do it, and he decided he hated the business and left. So that was seen as very disrespectful, seeing as how Undertaker is the most respected guy backstage. But when you see their rivalry, you can see legit tension, and that's where it comes in. I've always wanted to see Brock Lesnar versus the dead man Undertaker rather than the American Badass. So much more interesting, so much more entertaining. So I'm hyped. It's my most anticipated match for WrestleMania 30. What about you, Juwan? What do you think?
Let me excuse myself for a second. Right there.
He's an Undertaker fan.
Yeah, my friend made this for me for Christmas, and I was so happy. So
Hold on. Brock Lesnar ends the streak at WrestleMania 30.
yeah.
All I know is if it's gonna happen, just bring it.
Sit down.
Anyway, now besides the fact the Undertaker being confirmed to be at every Raw, I mean, come on, that's very exciting, especially SmackDown. Like, the whole reason that I even watched SmackDown is because the Undertaker was on there, because the Undertaker has the almost the most incredible entrance in the WWE. You can feel the tension, the intimidation factor when he comes out, and besides the fact that I think that you guys should all know, the Undertaker has never defeated Brock Lesnar in a one-on-one match. Never. It never happened.
That's right. Yeah, I
Never
didn't even
happened.
think of that. Wow.
And Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker at his own game in Hell in a Cell back at No Mercy of 2002 for the WWE Championship.
That was
Streak ends 21-1.
Yeah, but
That's what he thinks.
Yeah, that's what he thinks. That was 2002. This is 2014. A new day, a new age, new rivalry. But anyway, the fact that The Undertaker is trying to come back and his goatee, oh my gosh, Just for Men is his best friend. Like, if you would have seen him like a week before the show, this dude had gray on top of gray.
Oh my God, it was
He had gray on his sideburns.
Yeah.
So the fact that he even used that and it just worked that quickly, I mean, come on. Just for Men is your best friend, The Undertaker.
He's starting to show his age, even with Just for Men. He really looks old now.
And I wanted to meet you last year when we went to WrestleMania, but his grandma ruined it by not buying the tickets, and it was sold out.
Thanks, Grandma.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
All right, Alvin, what do you think?
Well, we all know what's going to happen at WrestleMania, so there's no need to even ask that question. You may think it's going to be 21-1, but me and Jawan, we all know 22-0.
You know, everyone thinks that that's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to end.
Bro, you have to realize, Undertaker has never been defeated at WrestleMania. It's just something that could...
scripted wrestling.
It's like what Jawan said, and it's like what Triple H even said. It's something that cannot be duplicated.
It doesn't have to be duplicated.
But
Wow.
the fact of the matter is, Brock Lesnar is The Undertaker's biggest challenge.
Yeah. And they can have a great match. They're
Biggest
going to have a
challenge.
great match.
And what people need to realize, everybody that has stepped up and gotten Undertaker's face, Undertaker ended up scaring them away. Randy Orton, The Big Show, Vicky
You
Guerrero.
can't base your opinion off it. It's scripted wrestling. You have to think business-wise. Doesn't make the most sense. Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker makes the most sense.
Okay, but we'll see when it's 22-0 at WrestleMania 30.
Once we do our show after WrestleMania 30, I'm going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, just like last year when you were wrong about every single match.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on. Next piece of news. All right, what do we got?
This past week on Raw, Paul Bearer was announced as the next inductee into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes.
And not only that, he will also be joining Lita, Jake the Snake Roberts, and the Ultimate Warrior in this very elite class of legends. The Hall of Fame will air on the WWE Network the night before WrestleMania. Jawan?
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I'm guessing that's a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay.
Thumbs up. Paul Bearer is perhaps the most dangerous, kind of creepy looking, but you can't lie. That's part of his character.
Yeah.
But he is perhaps the greatest manager in the history of the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Now, besides The Undertaker, that's the first person that Paul Bearer even worked with was The Undertaker. But you gotta look at all his career that he worked with. He betrayed The Undertaker to work with Mick Foley, known as Mankind.
Yeah.
He worked with Vader.
Mm-hmm.
All know
Kane,
Vader.
of course.
Yeah, Kane. All know that Vader wasn't a WWE champion. But anyway, Paul Bearer is probably the most respected manager in all of the WWE. Like, you gotta look at the facts and you gotta look at his status of everybody he's been with, and he's just like, everybody knows what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
He kind of imitated the rivalries that happened of the people that he was managing. So for Paul Bearer getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, like, honestly, if he didn't get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame at all, I'll probably give this a thumbs down. But the fact that he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame shows that people have mad respect for him, and Vince McMahon has tremendous respect for him, especially The Undertaker. So I give this a thumbs up.
Very well said. I'm surprised people are so shocked. I mean, it was announced last year after he died that he would be inducted. This raises the question for me: will the Undertaker be at the Hall of Fame? Will he, induct Paul Bearer, or will he accept on his behalf?
It's gonna look kind of weird.
We all know the history. I mean, it could be Kane, it could be Mankind, or Mick Foley, or it could be the Undertaker. I mean,
Kane, you need a haircut.
yeah,
before the Hall
Kane
of
is having some of the worst matches of his career. I mean, but that's a completely different subject to talk about. But back to this, it'd be very cool to see Undertaker accept on his behalf, because Kane and Mankind had great storyline chemistry with Paul Bearer, but come on, it's Undertaker. Those two have had great memories. Right.
They match.
They match perfectly. So it'd be very cool to see Undertaker at the Hall of Fame for the first time since the Hall of Fame started, back in 2004, 10 years ago. So obviously give it a thumbs up. It only makes the most sense to have Paul Bearer in the Hall of Fame. Only makes the most sense. Alvin.
I will definitely give this a thumbs up because Paul Bearer, he's probably like the best manager any superstar has ever had.
Paul Heyman.
This dude, knock it off. Anyway, Paul Bearer has been an inspiration to a lot of superstars. I mean, sure, he has sided with Undertaker, then betrayed him and went to Kane.
Storyline.
But if you think about it, I think that once he gets inducted, I think Undertaker and Kane will both be there for him because to them, he was like a mentor, almost like a father to them. Kind of like he raised them in wrestling.
All right. So, thumbs up, obviously. What do we got next?
Okay.
Oh, this is the most interesting piece of news right here.
Oh, absolutely.